Hello, my name is Christoph Wichmann, and in this video I would like to explain how you can use the Axway API Management Helm chart to deploy policy configuration changes without the need to recreate your API gateway images when running, of course, your API management platform in a Kubernetes in a container-based environment. And this is achieved by providing the fat file, that's your policy configuration, or maybe also the new YAML entity store externally to the API gateway's image instead of baking it into the image. And this is also supported for general configuration files such as JVM settings. In this video, I'm going to focus and also demonstrate the deployment of the federated entity store, but I will also explain at the right places how it would work for the YAML entity store as well. So let's get started with an overview about the different components. So in this video, you will see how I will use the Policy Studio to make configuration changes, which I will then commit and push into my version control system that contains my different policy configuration projects, my settings, and it also contains my Helm values files, which will override the standard Helm values from the provided Axway Helm chart. Then these changes in the version control system will trigger my CI/CD system where workflows exist to roll out the configuration I just made. And also I will demonstrate another workflow that is used to manually create and deploy a new container, for instance, when you have a new API gateway image. And the API management platform itself is running on a Kubernetes-based platform, especially in that case on AWS EKS, and it's managed by Helm. And for all these changes, or let's say at least for create and deploy the container, it will use Helm as well. The rollout config works in a different way, but I will explain that. In order to make use of that, you need at least an API management version from 2022, the February release, and you have to make sure that you create your images, that you build your images with the provided EMT scripts from that version, or of course a newer version. So everything comes down to that merged folder, which has been introduced in that new API gateway version. And the only thing we have to take care of is that we put our configuration files, our fat file, and so on at the expected place in that merge folder before the API gateway starts. And then the API gateway is picking up that configuration and basically overrides the baked in configuration inside that image. And the merge folder itself is documented. So that means here you can see that there is expected to have that fat file, to have the YAML entity store as a compressed archive. You have the API gateway merge folder and also a mandatory mandatory files information that is used to perform validation or verification that files are there. So here in the documentation, it is stated that we should mount that merge folder as a volume from our local file system, but this is a little bit difficult in a Kubernetes-based or the container orchestration platform, and that's why we are using a different approach. So now we know that we finally need to have the container up and running and the merge folder in place, and that merge folder needs to contain, for instance, our federated entity store. And instead of using a classical persistent volume, we are using an mtdir volume. And an mtdir volume is just a created directory on the Kubernetes worker node, which is by default when it is created empty. That's why the name. And the good thing is now that we can just use init containers and mount the same volume into these init containers. And then you can do anything you want in that init container, and you can pull your configuration from somewhere. You can run a script to modify a file or anything. And with that, we can set up our configuration as we need it into that merge directory. Now let's get started and see what the new version 2.8.0 Helm chart provides to support this use case. And for that, I'm going into the values file to show you there is a new configuration setting, which is called merge dir volume, which is by default an mtdir. So that means most of the time, if you are happy with that approach, there is no need to change that configuration setting because it creates a volume that is named merge dir, and this volume is mounted into all API gateway containers for API manager, for admin node manager at the expected location /merge. And of course, this exists for the API, for the admin node manager, for API traffic, for API manager. And only if you are not happy with that MTD approach, you can say you can configure that to be a config map or a persistent volume. So this is my example GitHub repository that controls my API management infrastructure. It's the CI/CD tool chain or tool I'm using is GitHub Actions, and it's running all on GitHub, but you can do the same with Azure pipelines, with Jenkins. It just gives you ideas. So for that, I have here my GitHub folder, and we will see that later. It contains my workflows. I have a number of APIs to be deployed. I have my gateway configuration that contains my Policy Studio configuration and my configuration settings, my files. I have Helm because my infrastructure or my application, my API management platform is deployed with Helm. And for that, I need my local values file. And this is in that Helm directory. And this is the first thing we are going to check. So I'm actually deployed on AWS EKS. And this is the values file that controls my application. So that's my local values file, basically. And here already for the admin node manager, I have declared that an extra init container should be used. And that init container has the responsibility to pull the configuration into that merge folder as it is expected. And for that, I'm just using a busybox. I'm mounting that volume merge dir, put it into the mount path /merge. And then I'm just pulling a pre-packaged, pre-baked federated entity store from an HTTP location, but that's fully up to you. You can say you make a Git clone, or you can use a script. You can copy, move files around. Everything you do in your init container must obviously work in your environment. In my case, that was a good choice to have this fat file stored into that location, to have it picked up by the API gateway container. So please remember basically that location where the fat file is picked up, and of course it is a different one when the API gateway and the API manager configuration. So now let's go and see what's within that gateway config folder. Here I have my admin node manager and my API gateway configuration, and each contains the Policy Studio project itself. So that means not only expanded, it also has the project. It contains that folder fat. This is the location from where the created fat file is pulled into the, or with that init container. And also I have, let's say, some merge dir, which is not relevant for the demo today because I'm focusing on the fat file itself. So, and whenever I do a change in that directory, a GitHub action workflow is triggered by this workflow here, API gateway config rollout, which is only executed for that API gateway config folder. And this one creates the fat file for me. So that means out of that project structure, it finally creates that API gateway fat within that fat folder and so on. It's then pushed into the Git repository to have it available with the updated version when the containers, when the pod is restarted, and then the pod is pulling down that fat file. And that obviously happens automatically as part of that config rollout workflow by restarting the deployments for traffic and for API manager. And as they are now have an init container, they pull the configuration for me. So let's see how that works. So let me open my project here, which is at this location, as you saw. And we say my API manager should have maybe a new routing policy. And let's say routing policy should be, I don't know, something health check LB. It doesn't matter. We just check at the end the name if it exists in the API Manager UI. So let me commit that change. Edit new routing policy. Commit the main. And of course, here you can then work with branches and so on. And that makes even more sense with the YAML entity store at the end as it is human readable. So let's go to the GitHub project where now an action is started, which is called edit new routing policy. And here we can see rollout API gateway config. It has already created the fat file. It pushed the created fat file into the Git repository, and then it's going to roll out the configuration, which we can just see here. Ultimately, the containers, the pods are restarted. We see that the init containers are going to work. So let me pick one to show you what happens now. So let's say this is the new one here, and we would like to see the logs. First of all, from the init fat container. So now this is my init container that is downloading the API gateway config from that location and it's then saved into that merge folder. And when now the gateway itself starts by checking into the container traffic, I see here how the pre-baked federated entity store, how the pre-baked policy configuration is overwritten. So that means this is what you have to make sure that this really happens. Only with that, the factory configuration or whatever fat file you have baked into the image is overwritten. So that means look for these lines here before the API gateway itself is really started. So now the old API manager is terminating. So that means the new one becomes active. And if I now check the UI of my API manager, to see if that new policy change has been applied to the configuration. So, and we said there should be a new routing policy, which is the health check LB. So that means the configuration is in place, the new policy is there without rebaking the image. Now in the last part of this video, which is some kind of optional, as you have already seen how you can now provide your federated entity store or your YAML entity store using that merge directory approach. In this part of the video, I would like to show you how I rebake these images together and deploy them with Helm and making sure that everything is synchronized using my Git repository. And as I have explained, I'm managing my API management application using Helm. I have my values file over here that also contains the image that should be deployed for the admin node manager. It contains the image that should be deployed for the API manager and so on. And this is all managed automatically by another workflow. And that workflow I'm going to kick off now, which is deploy API gateways or deploy admin node manager. And I'm saying run this workflow now. And this one starts a workflow which is relatively common because it is using the EMT scripts to create a new image. It's pulling the base image version. It has created or configured an image version to be used, which is we're not providing a manual version, the date. It's building the API gateway image. It's pushing into my repository. The important thing here is not so much all this, because this is very likely well known. It's about that I'm making sure here that my Helm values file is synchronized. So we don't wait for this. We check in the workflow itself what happens. So this is my API gateway deploy workflow. And here we have that important thing that is saying that I want to have my values file being updated with the generated image version. You see here API Manager image tag, API Traffic image tag is being updated. Then it's committed into my repository. And finally, we are just using the Helm upgrade for my namespace with the values file we have just updated and with the Helm chart, which is to be used. So with that, I'm making sure that my application, how it is running, and my Git repository is synchronized. So now, as the image has been built and pushed, we see that the Helm value file has been updated. It's committed into my Git repository, and then Helm upgrade is running. So, and when I'm checking here, you see now API Manager and API Traffic is being initialized. And as now these pods are following the same approach, having an init container, they are pulling the same configuration, the same federated entity store configuration files, whatever, as before. And that's why the process is very streamlined at the end and very simple to manage. So, and you see that I have an incoming change because now my values file has been updated. Let me see by checking here. You see API Manager, API Traffic image tag has been updated. It's now having a new date version, and this one is actually rolled out to the API management infrastructure. So I believe it's not necessary to wait for that. Of course, at the end, the API manager will have the same configuration, the same routing policy we have added. And this brings me to the end of this video. And I really hope it was helpful. And thanks for watching.